live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I am Dom, joined by the great man Sauce. Fire up. It's fire up time.
It's going to be a big show. It's going to be a big show. Let me tell you. The Le Mans of the week, you do not want to miss it. I'm just going to hype it up from now. Stick around because we know we get into this at the end of our weekly wrap-up. Joel in the comments, as always, much appreciated for joining in. Hope you are all well in lockdown. Had a chat to him today. Hope things are going good for you, brother. But the Le Mans is a special one. It is an absolute ripper. Yes, Joel, stick around for the Le Mans of the week because it is going to be a blinder. Let me tell you.
Le Mans of the week. God help you if you're a goat in the world of F1 this week, because if you saw the Insta story that came out on our account last night, I'm ready to go, Sauce. Yeah, I've come out with a vengeance. With an absolute vengeance this week, and I'm taking the scalp, mate. I'm ripping it off, and I'm going to pin it up on the board, mate, as a trophy, because that's what I'm doing in the F1. I've had enough. I've had it up to here. Honestly, it's just beyond the joke. Le Mans of the week, some awesome stuff happening in the hobby. Obviously, the National wrapped up a couple of days ago, so just a few discussion points around that. A bit of stuff happening with HGA, Panini. Select basketball's out, select Prizm's out. We're going to be going through checklists there. There's a lot to happen. NBA free agency, trade period. There's too much.
Woj has been on fire.
So if we're flying early here, it's for a reason, because we don't want to be here for 4.5 hours, because it can definitely get to that point if we really want to. So, Sauce, to tip it off right at the beginning, not many people may have known, we pretty much kept it quiet. Like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 1 year of the podcast. So congratulations, 1 year. Also, massive congratulations to all of the listeners, past, present, future, everyone that supported us. It's because of you, the reason we are here and continue to do this and give you Le Mans of the week, hobby plays, sport updates, hopefully some banter, some laughs, and we'll keep on doing it forever. Well, until we don't want to do it anymore, which will be never. So who really cares? 1 year down, 100 more to go, as
Thanks,
they say
Joel.
in the Italian culture, mate. Cent'anni, they say. 100 years more. I don't know how that works when you're 50 and they say cent'anni, and besides the point. No one's living to 150. All right, let's get to AFL, Sauce. Round 20. St Kilda versus Carlton. Blues got the win, 112-81. Dogs beat Adelaide, 105-56. Geelong beat North Melbourne, 62-42. Collingwood defeated West Coast, 90-45. Melbourne smashed Gold Coast by 98 points, 128-30. Hawthorn defeated Brisbane, 92-80. Essendon lost to Sydney by 7 points, 102-109. Freo defeated Richmond, 55-51. GWS lost to Port Adelaide, 100-73. We're flying through this because finals are coming up, all right? We'll look at finals more in depth than some regular season games. All right, so round 21, let's get some predictions. Geelong versus GWS.
Geelong.
I'm going Geelong also. Carlton, Gold Coast.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to tip Carlton.
I'm also tipping Carlton. Richmond, North Melbourne.
Going to be a great game. I'm going to tip North.
Yep, so am I. We'll win. I've been saying it to people. My Richmond.
They've got a lot of injuries.
Friends.
They've got a lot of injuries, and North has been playing pretty good football the last 4 weeks.
Adelaide, Port Adelaide, the showdown.
Port, flat track, still flat tracks.
Yeah, flat track.
Nothing's changed.
Saints, Swans.
Yep,
Swans. Hawks, Pies. It's a shit game.
It's a tough one. I'm going to go with the Hawks. They'll probably let me down here.
Dogs, Bombers.
Doggies. They are, as Essendon is North Melbourne's bogey side, they are our bogey side. We find a way to play so shit against Bulldogs. So we're gonna actually expect us to get done by. We've got a few injuries too. I expect us to get done by quite a few goals.
Freo, Brisbane.
Brisbane, you'd think they'd want to bounce back. If they actually think that they're a chance at winning the flag this year, they need to bounce back and get.
They can't win the flag, Sauce. I'm just putting it out there right now. They're not winning it. So
Okay.
I'm just telling you, they're not winning it.
I'm with you. I don't think they'll win it.
No. West Coast, Melbourne.
I'm going to go with the D's. West Coast suck. Don't know how they're in the 8, though.
Yeah, there's a few comments I can make about that. All right, this is the ladder. Dogs, Geelong, Melbourne, Port, that's your top 4. Swans, Brisbane. How the 2 Perth teams, West Coast and Freo, are in the 8 is absolutely beyond me. It just shows how bad the AFL is. Don't care what anyone says. You can debate me on it. It just shows how shit the league is when those 2 teams are literally in finals positions. The talent pool from 7th all the way down to 18th, it's horrendous. So, and some of the teams like Brisbane, fringe team at the moment, they're not really that great. Then we got GWS, Essendon, Richmond, Carlton, St Kilda, Collingwood, Gold Coast, Adelaide, Hawthorn, and North at the bottom still.
Stay down there, Doma. You want that number 1 pick?
I think we'll get it now. Hawthorn's just pulled out some rabbits out of the hat, mate, the last few weeks. So that's okay.
Before we move on, where's he going, Clarkson? Is he going to Carlton or is he going to Collingwood?
You be an idiot. Look down the camera, they say, all right?
Straight down the barrel.
If you are the Carlton Football Club, you would be an absolute peanut if you're on the board and you advise not to get this guy inside your club. Bottom line, you are a peanut. You could single-handedly, we won't give out the Le Mans of the week next year. In the off-season, if we come back 2022 and he's not your coach, Sauce and I will personally walk down to Princess Park, Icon Park, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'll walk into front reception with a nice BGS Le Mans card, courtesy of the great man Adam, who's in the comments. How you going, buddy? And I will hand it to reception and say, can you pass this on to whoever the number 1 board member is? I don't care if it's a board member, ticket holder. I don't care. You're Le Mans of the year, mate. Your club is a shambles. I'll single-handedly walk in there myself. I'll probably even give it to Patrick Cripps. Who really cares? One of them's getting it. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I know your thoughts, Sauce, are exactly the same.
Yep. All right, so let's move on.
Let's move on. F1. Hungarian Grand Prix. I mean, you don't understand how excited I am.
First and foremost, if you haven't listened to the Off the Grid podcast number 3 with the Hungarian Grand Prix, it's a long one, but listen, at least go get through the first hour because that was juicy. We had some very fun comments coming in from old mate Scuba Steve. It was a lot of laughs. We lasted to the end of the race, but it was action-packed, Doma. Let us know what happened.
Now, Bottas goes bowling on lap 1, turn 1, takes out Leclerc, Norris, himself. He took out half the bloody grid. Perez, all these guys, they're all gone. All right, they're out of the race. Only 14 finished the race out of a possible 20. Now, I'm going to read you the standings. I'm going to read you the World Championship stuff. I'm going to read you constructor stuff, and then I'm just going to pull the scalp off the head of the goat and destroy him. Simple as that. Because he's not. Goat this, goat that, all right? I'll tell you, Michael Schumacher wouldn't have made this mistake. Standings. Ocon gets his first win in Formula 1. Fantastic.
Congrats.
Drove really well. Good on him. Sebastian Vettel was second. Well, actually, 13 drivers only finished the race because he got disqualified at the end because there was insufficient fuel in the fuselage to actually test it post-race, so he got disqualified. So, what do you know? Lewis Hamilton finishes second. Good on him. Carlos Sainz is third. He gets a podium. Alonso, fourth. Gasly, fifth. Tsunoda, sixth. Seventh, Latifi. Eighth, Russell. Ninth, Verstappen. 10th, Raikkonen. Now, I'm going to read out a couple names here, Sauce, for you, all right? It all comes back, all right? As you know, we're good at shifting into different little segments these days. Just hold on a sec. World Championship. Hamilton, 195. Verstappen 187, Norris 113, Bottas 108, Perez 104, Sainz 83, Leclerc 80, Gasly 50, Ricciardo 50, Ocon 39. Constructors, Mercedes 303, Red Bull 291, Ferrari and McLaren both equal on 163. Alpine 77, AlphaTauri 48, AlphaTauri 68, Aston Martin 48, Williams on 10. They've got some points. Alfa Romeo 3, and Haas is the only donut team. Now, Sauce, let's get back to the standings. All right? Because we had in this race, Sauce, one of the greatest drives in the history of Formula One. One of the greatest. That's all I keep hearing. All right? One of the greatest drives of all time. All right? Listen to these names. Don't think about the driver. Think about the car that they drive. Because the drivers are all elite, yeah? Think about the car, the constructor that they drive for. Raikkonen, Alfa Romeo. Russell, Williams. Latifi, Williams. Tsunoda, AlphaTauri. Gasly, AlphaTauri. Alonso, Alpine. Carlos Sainz, Ferrari. All right? Ocon wins, Alpine, which is fine. Let's not worry about the top two. If there was a couple more laps, Vettel, who's in an Aston Martin, would have got caught as well. So just think about those constructors. All right, I'm doing full circle here. Now, Sauce, it rained. Everyone started on the intermediates, on the greens, green tyres. Bit of a crash at the beginning, you know. We're going to red flag the race. And we're going to come into the pit lane. Where during this pit lane for the red flag, it was 28 minutes and whatever it was, 40-something seconds before the resumption of the race. All right, that's what flashed up on my screen. In 28 minutes, we're starting this. Now, Sauce, all right, he was first on the grid, so he lines up at the front, does what he has to do. The clouds, Sauce, you know the clouds are up in the sky? You know where it rains from? They disappeared in like the first 2 minutes of them being in the pit lane. And there's this thing called the sun. Now, the sun, Sauce, if you're not familiar with it, is this hot ball of flame that actually warms things up. And if something's wet, it actually dries it. So I just wanted to let you know about that. I'm not sure if you're aware. Because, you know, when it's hot on track, it blisters tires and it does all this stuff and it causes problems for drivers. So, you know, blisters tires.
I'm well aware, Dom, how the sun works. I'm well aware. You learned that stuff in elementary school.
Elementary. Oh, okay. So you're saying you learned that when you were, under 10 years of age, which is fair enough. Now, unless the Mercedes constructors team is younger than 5 years of age, and Lewis Hamilton, your self-proclaimed GOAT of the sport and the Messiah, all right, is less than 5 years of age. Last time I checked, you know where the pit is. The pits are literally, there's the fence, and you can see through the fence, and you can see the track. So when I look out there and I look at all my computers in front of me, and I see, there's no more rain coming for the rest of the race. You know, it's clear. And then I look at the track and I go, holy shit, the track's dry. Oh, okay. I think we should keep the wet tires on. Oh, wait a second. There's 13 cars putting on yellow tires. Some are putting on the hards. Oh, that's for dry track. Why would they do that? We'll keep the wet tires on because it's dry. Right?
That's right, Joel. You do.
So they go to Lewis Hamilton. So they go to Lewis Hamilton.
Kindergarten about the weather, mate. Look at this.
He goes to Lewis Hamilton. All right, their team, Mercedes, goes, hey, Lewis, we're going to keep your wet tires on. Lewis looks at the track, goes, you know what, guys? I'm a 7-time world champion. I've been touted to be the GOAT of this sport, and I agree with you. It's a dry track. We're keeping the wet tires on. Yeah, sure thing.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So we resume the race after 25 minutes. I tell you what, there's not one wet patch on this bloody track at this stage. You can see the heat coming off the track. That's how hot it was out there.
It was 31 degrees there, to be frank, Domo. So I looked that up. That was just a little Google search for you as well.
So what happens? He starts the race in first and then finishes last because goes into the pits after the first lap to change onto the yellow compound tires because it was dry. And he's in last spot and he has to fight his way back to finish in the top 3, which he does. Sauce, all right? Which he does. Now, I don't know if anyone actually, if you don't understand the sport, and some people have understood the sport, and they keep saying this is amazing drive from Lewis, and this is fantastic. What about it is so amazing? Oh, he passed Verstappen. Where's my phone? Have you seen?
Oh, Doma, don't worry.
Bring
Doma.
it up.
I've got you covered here. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't see that damage there on that left-hand side of his car, it's missing a whole section. I've brought it up for you on screen. If you are listening to this in podcast version, go have a look on YouTube. He's missing half his car.
Yeah, I'll bring us back. Even here, like you can see from the bird's eye, he's missing half his car. So I don't know if people understand either the sport, but it becomes aerodynamics. I'm not trying to belittle anyone that doesn't understand, but you belittle yourself when you come out and you say, oh, Lewis Hamilton, the greatest driver of all time. This was amazing. No, it wasn't. You should be giving props for Verstappen for actually finishing in the top 10 with his car probably running at 40% capacity, for him to actually keep the spot in that race with literally the control on that car would have been next to impossible. Where I go look at Lewis Hamilton, all right, his car is amazing condition. It's in prime time. And last time I checked, Source, all right, in a race that you should have won by 60 plus seconds, how was it impressive that you came back? You beat an Alfa Romeo, a Williams, an AlphaTauri,
Struggled to get past Alonso in the Alpine.
So, yeah, okay. But he passed Sainz. They say so. But he passed Sainz. Mate, I could have passed Sainz in the bloody Haas. The Ferrari's terrible, mate. It's shocking. And last time I checked all those drivers as well that were missing, was he going to pass Norris that easily? Was he going to pass Leclerc that easily? These guys weren't even on the track, mate, because they got bloody crashed out. Was he going to pass Bottas that easily? If Bottas was in that race? Let's just put it this way. If Verstappen had his car at 100% and he had no damage, Lewis wouldn't have passed Verstappen. You know where Verstappen would have been, Source? Number 1. Because if he had no damage, he would have overtaken every single one of those drivers before Lewis even got the chance to do it. And you know why? Because it's lesser competition. And we're going to say, oh, Verstappen did so well. No, I would have said, well, no, he's got the car. Rightfully so, he should have overtaken all those people. Are you kidding me? When your car is inferior to everyone else, when all the cars are inferior to Mercedes on the track, how are you not expected to win the race by 60 seconds? How are you not expected to pass all these guys? Mate, he laps these guys, Source, he laps these guys in this car pretty much all the time when he's at the front of it.
Exactly.
And people are going to say, oh, but, he did well to come back. Well, no, he's the Le Mans for bloody sitting there and going, oh, guess what? It's dry. He
should have never been in that position. You are the so-called GOAT of the sport, and you can't stick your head out of the garage and look at the track. Like, that's how simple it was. Because if they put the hards on from the beginning, he would have won by a minute.
And the rest. He would have literally lapped everyone. He would have lapped Verstappen. And people would have said, oh, no, he wouldn't have. Yes, he would have. Verstappen had no car, bro. Like, watch the race. Please do me a favor next time. Watch races. You watch races, you learn things. Don't listen to a narrative put out there by people saying, what a race, what a comeback. Like what? You're going to go to the F1 page and they're going to put a post about Lewis. What? They're going to talk down on Lewis. Do some research. Go back and watch the race. You would have sat there like I did and everyone else did on Off the Grid on Sunday and gone, wait a second, what the effing hell is Mercedes doing? We all said it.
This isn't the first time they dropped the ball. This isn't the first time they dropped the ball this season, is it, Doma?
No, it isn't. We've got video proof. You can go back and watch it, and all of us say, "Oh, Hamilton's home here. He'll win this by a mile, 15 plus seconds easily." Go listen to it. That's what we say. Then he puts the wets on, and we're like, "Well, he's just shot himself in the foot here. He potentially won't win the race," and he didn't win the race. But he should have won the race, is what I'm trying to say to everyone. He should have won the race.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was absolutely...
Let's just put it this way, Sauce. I'm not coming out.
The way that
I'm
they
not coming
managed
out.
the car.
I'm not coming out on this podcast and saying Ohtani's the GOAT, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know why? Because I don't know anything about baseball. So I'm not going to go make up shit to fuel people's minds, whether it's for the sport or for the card market of baseball. I like my guys. I gave Unleashed as a thing because I like the design of the cards, and they're numbered and they were cheap, and I like Aaron Judge, and they're my guys that I like. But I'm not going to go making special comments on all these players when I don't know anything about it. But if I was going to, Source, you know what I would have done beforehand? I would have done some freaking research. I would have watched Ohtani. I would have watched his highlights. I would have watched his games. Don't be too quick to pull the trigger and say dumb shit, because people are very impressionable. So it's just wake up a little bit.
And that's all we've seen. That's all we've seen across socials this week, isn't it,
The
Dom?
sarcasm.
Everyone blowing smoke. Everyone blowing smoke up Hamilton's ass, wasn't it?
Fuck. Mate, he should have been having a cup of
Adam from Beats and Breaks in the comments. What a drive by the GOAT, and promoted to second. Wow, what a driver. Everyone holding Hamilton slabs long term. And he's put a laughing emoji. Yeah, look, it feels like
Hamilton is the long term because he's got 7 world championships, and probably no one will get to that.
It feels like that, Adam, that, everyone's just pumping up Hamilton, even when he doesn't do what he's supposed to do or win races that he's supposed to win, but still it was a great drive because he came from 14th to second. He should have never been 14th in the first place.
Should have been 60 seconds. It should have said 1 minute and 9 seconds, the gap between first and second. That's what it should have said. That's what it should have said, Source. Not him finishing second. So anyway, besides the point, let's move on. We've got the summer break now. Expect during this time to see some seats potentially getting filled for 2022. So pay close attention to this 5-week break. A lot of deals, or 5-week, 3-week, or 4-week, whatever it is, but a lot of discussion and negotiation goes on behind the scenes. So we look forward to that. Off the Grid will be back at the resumption of the season in a couple of weeks' time. So looking forward to that, Source. All right, over to you, UFC.
UFC, Doma. Obviously, we had Fight Night, Hall versus Strickland. I'll run through the main card, give you the results, and then we'll look ahead to this weekend, Doma, which is what I'm really looking forward to. All right, so we had Brian Barberena defeated by Jason Witt, 3rd round decision in the welterweight division. Featherweight division, you had Melisik. This is a ripper. Bagdasarian against Colin Anglin. KO in the second round. And in the welterweight division, you had Jared Gooden against Nicholas Stoltz, KO in the first round. The women's strawweight, you had Shayna Buys defeated Gloria Di Paula in her first round KO. And then in the main event, you had Sean Strickland defeating Uriah Hall, 5th round decision. But I don't really care about that card, Doma. I really couldn't give a shit about it. It's all about this weekend. It's all about this weekend. UFC 265, 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on for us down here in Melbourne and a number of other places across Australia. Find it on your local guides, but you do not want to miss it. Let me tell you, because my boy, Derek Hot Balls Lewis himself, I've got a whole bunch of his autos in my ship my cards. I've got to get him back here. Right?
Make a Hot Balls wall.
Oh, it's going to be unreal. Derek Hot Balls Lewis is fighting against Cyril Garne, who's 9-0, right, in heavyweight division. This is going to be a cracking fight. Derek Lewis, I think, he's won his last 4 in a row. This is going to be a blinder. All right, I'll run you through the main card. You got the bantamweight division, Song Yadong against Casey Kenny. Women's strawweight, Tisha Torres against Angela Hill. Welterweight division, Michael Chiesa against Vincente Luque. Jose Aldo against Pedro Munez in the bantamweight. And then obviously the main event, my boy, Derek Hotballs Lewis against Cyril Gahn. That's going to be a fight to tune in for. As you know, Doma, heavyweights is the best division. And the fact that Derek Lewis is fighting, it makes me even more excited.
What source? Tell everyone again. Remind them again. Why is the heavyweight the best?
Because the hammers, mate. Because the hammers that get thrown. The hammers. There's no bigger punches. Like, look, don't get me wrong. It was entertaining a few weeks ago watching Sean O'Malley beat up on that other guy with speed, pace, and he just busted him up. But I'll tell you what, if that was heavyweight, that fight and that guy took that many punches from a heavyweight, it'd be over in the first minute, right? Someone would be knocked out. And that's why I love the heavyweights.
Just look at the Tai Tuivasa fight. Tuivasa gets rocked. Gets rocked. The guy comes in for the kill, misses. Tuivasa uppercuts him, hooks him, knocks him out.
Knocks him out.
Like that.
That's what I mean, mate. You don't get that entertainment unless it's the big boys. Yeah, exactly right, Joel. The big boys like to stand and bang, and that's why they are the most entertaining, by far. So this weekend, my favorite fighter in the UFC, I've got 3 auto cards of his. I love him. So I definitely got him in the PC, and he's just so funny. So not only is he an entertaining fighter, but he's just so funny across social media. Just when you hear him speak, he's just hilarious. So Derek Hotballs Lewis, tune in. He's got to win, Dom. I've got no doubt he's going to get the chocolates, mate.
I hope he does. And we will be covering Select UFC in Hobby Talk very soon as well. So get a good look at some of his cards. So very excited for that. All right, Saucy. Very nice. All the best to Hotballs as well. Just a quick one. A soccer thing. Like, this wasn't on the agenda. Impromptu. Jack Grealish looks like he's probably going to make that £100 million move to Man City. So pretty big stuff there.
Got them Grealish cards. Make sure you list them on eBay right now. 100%. Get them out there. This is the perfect time. This is the opportunity, interest, big summer move. Get them on eBay. If you're not a Grealish collector, sell them Grealish cards.
Easy. All right, Sauce. It started. Free agency started. I'll tell you what, it was nothing short of just...
And everyone's gone to the Lakers, Doma. That's what I love. Everyone's at the Lakers. Everyone's going.
You picked up some absolute bums. I'm telling you.
I'm not going to lie.
You have picked up some absolute spuds.
There must be better guys in the G League, surely.
All right, let me get this, because we might spend just a little while on this. Let's bring this up. Bang. Add this in. This is how we're going to do it. Bang. Get it up. Straight on here. And we're just going to read what's happened. All right. Alec Burks, 3 years, 30 mil to stay with the Knicks. Nerlens Noel returned to the Knicks on a 3-year, 32 mil. Restricted free agent Jared Allen agreed to a 5-year, 100 mil contract with the Cavs. Mike Conley has agreed to a 3-year, $72.5 million to stay with Utah. Any comments, Sauce? You just butt in whenever you feel free. Free agent Kelly Olynyk has agreed to a 3-year, $37 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s 4-year deal with the Mavs is worth $74 million. TJ McConnell, 4 years, $35 million to stay with the Pacers. Duncan Robinson, 5 years, $90 million contract. It is the largest contract ever for an undrafted player in the NBA. Kyle Lowry joins the Heat on a 3-year deal. Chris Paul has agreed to stay on a 4-year deal that could be worth $120 million. That is a waste of money, if you ask me. 2 should have been the max with a 3rd-year option. Torrey Craig, 2-year, $10 million deal. That brings Chris Paul to 41 years of age, mate.
Yeah, that is a silly contract. That is a silly contract.
Regress in the final, Source. How tired he got. Once he got guarded by Drew Holiday, he got given a bath. So just look at that before you're giving guys big deals. Mo Harkless, 2-year, $9 million deal with Sacramento. Love Mo Harkless. Gary Trent Jr. to return on a $54 million deal to Toronto. Furkan Korkmaz, 3-year, $15 million deal with 76ers. Free agent Zach Collins, 3-year deal with the Spurs. I like this. I like Zach Collins. Just been unfortunate with injuries.
Just injury prone. Yeah.
Here we go. Here's the first one for you. Ariza to the Lakers on a 1-year deal. That was actually a good pickup.
Good pickup.
All right. Dwight Howard to the Lakers.
I'll take
Not
that.
bad. Solomon Hill, 1-year deal to return to Atlanta. Evan Fournier, 4-year deal with the Knicks. Shows if you play well in the Olympics.
No, I was about to say.
Derrick Rose, 3 years with the Knicks. Let's go. Free agent guard, Alex.
Caruso.
Taking number 23 out of retirement, Caruso has agreed to a 4-year, $37 million deal with the Chicago Bulls. Lonzo Ball, is he going to be next? Maybe. No. Daniel Tice, $36 million deal to join the Rockets. Pelicans are getting Devontae Graham. It's actually not a bad pickup. Norman Powell, 5-year deal to return to the Pacers. Blake Griffin staying on a 1-year deal with the Nets. Garrett Temple to the Pelicans. Trae Young signs a $207 million designated rookie extension. It's pretty big.
Oh, well deserved, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. 100% Sauce. Clearly, he dominated in the playoffs. What is going on? Laho Lamont. Spencer Dinwiddie nearing a deal with Washington. I'm pretty sure that went through. Get stuff. Cullerman. Don't want to see him on. Sam Decker back in the NBA with Toronto. Used to play for the Houston Rockets. Rudy Gay, 2-year deal with Utah. It's actually not a bad pickup.
That's a good pickup. Yeah, they need a bit more bench scoring and nice wily old vet.
He's a nice one. This is actually a nice. Bruce Brown can become an unrestricted free agent next summer. He's become an important role player for the Nets in both starter and reserve. Yeah, you can give him a massive contract if you want. You think he's as good as what he actually is. Nemanja Bjelica spent parts of the season with both Sacramento and Miami. He's agreed to a 1-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. James Johnson's bringing his martial arts background to the Brooklyn Nets. He's going to beat up some people so he can protect weak-minded KD. Rodney Hood has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Bucks. That's actually not a bad pickup at all. He's coming back off that Achilles injury, though. Here you go. Joel Embiid's son, Andre Drummond, joins his father in Philadelphia on a 1-year deal. I can't believe he's joining his dad. Robin Lopez agreed to a 1-year deal with Orlando. Patty Mills joins Brooklyn on a 2-year, $12 million deal. Curry, first player in NBA history to have two $200 million deals. He signed 4 years on a $215 million contract. Here we go. Carmelo Anthony, 1-year deal with the Lakers.
Take that.
Malik Monk, deal with the Lakers.
Good pickup. Good outside shooter, what we need.
You needed a shooter. You've got no one but mid-range at the moment. DeRozan to the Bulls. That was a good pickup. Didi Luzada, 4-year deal with the Pelicans. Here we go. Tony Snell to join Portland on a 1-year deal. Taylor Horton-Tucker signs a 3-year, $32 million extension with the Lakers. This is a good pickup too. The Flying Gun joins the Lakers on a 2-year deal. He can actually knock down the three.
Yeah, no, he's good. I don't mind Kendrick Nunn.
Markieff Morris going to the Heat. And then the last one, big Hassan Whiteside. He's going to agree to a deal with the Utah Jazz. So nothing
we didn't
short
get the Bazemore and the Allington in there, but they those scrubs also signed on to the Lakers, which they're pretty much irrelevant. Let's be honest, Doma.
They are.
And Adam has given the Lakers a bit of flack. Hopefully, they are widening the ring this offseason to give the Lakers a chance to hit a three. Yeah, look, you're not wrong with Russell Westbrook putting up shots. Anything could happen. They might need to quadruple the size of the ring for him.
Anyway, that's it for the NBA Source. We're going to move on. You know what time it is. I can't believe we've done this in record fashion. We're at 35 minutes in this podcast, and it's time for the Lemon of the week. Saucy. Now, Sauce. Really, this week. Really. Like, really. We listened to a few things. You know, we had this lovely gentleman on our podcast during the week. And I think he thought he'd softened us up, Sauce. You know, I've softened the boys up. I'm going to get a pass here. And as much as we love him, as much as we bag him on this show, and it's just banter, as we always say, we genuinely love this bloke. He's a ripper. Always gives us time of day. We have discussions with him. Good fella. But Sauce, he said something on a podcast and then followed it up, and not for anything. Card porn. They're like our little reporter these days. They report for us. They're giving us information. That's what we've become, a major news company. Feel like CNN or some shit. We've got reporters going, hey, have you seen this? What I saw, Sauce, well, not saw, listened to.
What you heard.
What I heard in his video from this person almost made me vomit my breakfast up onto my kitchen table. That's how bad it was. But Sauce, I'll leave it to you, because as embarrassing as it was, you love serving out a nice Le Mans. So give us your thoughts. Actually, reveal who the person is, and then go for it.
All right, Doma. So, first of all, the award, he was already on our radar for one statement that was said in podcast number 387. Now, if you haven't caught on, there's only really one hobby podcast out there that's done that many episodes. So you really should be on the right trail at this point. But number 387, there was something that really, I was driving, Doma, on the way home from work. Chuck the podcast on, regular listener. Happy to say that. Always providing good value and lots of laughs. So enjoy listening. But Doma, I was driving on the freeway. I had to pull over because I nearly started hyperventilating at the absolute garbage that I heard come out of this man's mouth. Right? Just pulled over on the side of the freeway. I rewinded it back. I had to send you and a few other boys in a voice chat, a voice clip in a chat, a voice clip straight away. I also clipped the minute that this was said. And I have it for you here, ladies and gentlemen. This is how prepared we are with the Le Mans this week. I've clipped it so everyone can hear what exactly got said. So I'll leave it to the man himself, Mr. Goldberg, Andrew Goldberg, and this is where he first came on the radar. Look, he was already going to get it for this, but there's something else that just look. I'll leave it. I'm going to play it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, to this one.
I'm not a Mbappe believer, Cage. I came on here, I was criticizing. I just don't get his game. I don't see how he has a lot of potential, but he's not a finisher and he's not a playmaker. And I've watched soccer long enough, and you need to be one of the two. He needs to get better at scoring for sure. Because Ronaldo's not a great playmaker, but Ronaldo bangs goals. And he bangs goals from free kicks too. And he doesn't miss PKs.
Now, Doma, that was Andrew Goldberg on podcast 387. Talking about, first of all, there's a few statements there saying he's not a believer in Mbappe. It's pretty funny. The guy's only 22, right? And when your peak of your career is 25 to 32, right? So he's not even in his peak, and look what he's achieved. He's trying to say that he doesn't finish. Well, Doma, I'm not sure if he's ever looked up his goal scoring record. It's pretty damn good. Pretty darn good. I could ring off the stats, but there's no point. Why is there any point to ring off the stats? I'll just tell you, go fightmob.com, type in Kylian Mbappe at the top, and go have a look at his goal scoring record. Go have a look at his assist record. Do yourself a favor. Andrew Goldberg, you maybe should have done that research before you made the statement. Right? Now, Doma, then he talks about Ronaldo.
Just quickly on Mbappe, he was the League One top goal scorer for 3 seasons in a row, mind you.
But he doesn't bang in goals. All right. He doesn't bang in goals, Doma, according to Goldberg. Anyway, right? Now, then he talks about Ronaldo, and he talks about Ronaldo banging in free kicks. I'm not sure if you've had a look at his actual free kick record. It is horrendous. He's like scored something like 10 free kicks from his last 500 and something attempts. It's something ridiculous, right? It's like
beautiful.
7% of the time he scores a free kick. Like, and all you have to do is Google Ronaldo free kick record. There is an article on goal.com that breaks it down for you. That, once again, you do a bit of research, you can find these things on the internet. Who would have thought that google.com, with a little bit of searching, you'd find all this amazing information? The world we live in, Doma. The world we live in. Anyway, so he's talked about that. Mind you. Yeah. And then another thing he's saying about Ronaldo and assists and not being a facilitator, but he bangs goals in. I'm not sure if you've had a look or remember when he used to play on the left wing at United. Dom, you probably remember because you follow United. You used to give assists like they're going out of fashion.
So this is a soft spot. Not only did he say that about Mbappe, but he said just derogatory things about Ronaldo. And I know I love Ronaldo, but I can admit to the fact that he stinks at free kicks. But Sauce, on the wing, he created goals, he set up goals, and then at Real Madrid, he kicked them and he set up goals as well. The thing you need to remember about Mbappe's and Ronaldo's, if they're having just under 10 assists or 10 assists in a season combined with their goals, you can technically count them as a playmaker, considering the fact that they've kicked 30 plus goals for your team. Like, when he's not kicking goals, he is playmaking, but he doesn't have to playmake all the time because he's kicking all your goals. Like, that's what makes him so good. And don't go look up Messi's stats, yeah? Because we know Messi's stats. He's a great goal scorer and playmaker. High assists, all that stuff. But he's predominantly not a striker. Like, his conversion, goal to assist, fantastic for Messi. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not doubting it. We're just doubting the fact that you said Ronaldo is not a playmaker. Anyway, Sauce, something else came up on the radar. Car porn is in the chat. So we're getting on to some juicy parts here. So, Sauce, I'll give it back to you.
Now, that was the first thing. Now, I already was sort of ticked off. He was on the lemon radar from that, right?
You lost sleep over it.
I was like, geez, this is going to be hard to top. But the lemon on the cake was this statement by the man himself, Mr. Andrew Goldball, brought to our attention by none other than our reporters out there on the scene, Card Porn. Thank you very much. We'll play it back for you.
And to me, like, I never liked that LeBron, to me, didn't improve a ton as a basketball player. He didn't improve a ton as a basketball player throughout his career.
He was just awesome from day one and then stayed awesome.
Yeah, and like with other guys, like even Giannis, you get to see them improve. And that, to me, like, athletes are metaphors for life. Why do we like them? Because we want to be there. And if they don't inspire us to be better, to me, like, you're kind of defeating your purpose.
It's the greatest basketball player of all time.
It's Jordan. It's Jordan for me. And then I'll go Jordan, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Shaq would probably be.
Come on, Sauce. You can't say that. I'll tell you what, the take was actually really good. Very wise what he was saying. Pre that, like, you know, athletes are a metaphor for people to look up to, you know, that was fantastic. And then I don't know what happened. It's like he lost his train of thought.
You know what happened? A lemon came into his brain and he goes, you know what? I want the lemon of the week. So, for those two statements...
Jordan's not even better than LeBron, first of all.
For those two statements, Mr. Andrew Goldberg, you, sir, are a lemon of the week. Let's flash it up for the punters out there. I should have brought a special one up with his head morphed into the lemon. I might have to make something up on Photoshop, I reckon. It's going to be fun. Andrew Goldberg, we love you. Thank you very much for giving us time of day, coming on our podcast. We'll have you on once again. But for those two statements, it's really tipped it over the edge. Lemons in the comments. Thank you very much. Give us some lemon emojis. That's what we want to see. Bang, bang. Thank you, fellas. Look, it's just ridiculous. First of all, I'm not going to swear. How the hell is LeBron not in your top 5? First of all, right?
He's not that
That's
good.
beyond me. Look, it's fine. You can put him 3, you can put him 4, but not in the top 5 basketball players of all time.
He's not.
You've lost your mind.
Bill Russell, respect to Bill Russell, yeah? We might get killed in this segment, our own segment, and people might say we're going to get Le Mans of the week, yeah? But Bill Russell over LeBron? Bill Russell played against farmers. It's like Mbappe playing in Ligue 1. It was a farmers league back then, mate.
The talent pool was actually a joke.
Stop being ridiculous. Honestly, stop being. I don't care if he's got 11 rings. You can have 25 rings. You can have 100 rings. I don't give a shit. Like, don't put Bill Russell. Like, I respect him for what he did. He was a pioneer of the game. I respect him for all that. But do not. And he was a gun. By all reports of people that actually watched him, he was a freak. But do not compare the talent pool that Bill Russell played to the talent pool that LeBron James has played and the sustainability of LeBron James's career and his improvement over his career.
He didn't improve. He didn't improve.
No, he didn't. He stayed the same. All right. So the guy that played bully ball decided I'm going to shoot threes now. That's not improving your game. He changed with the league.
He did.
Anyway, besides the point source, he's the Lamont of the week. I could sit on this for hours. Get Goldberg in here. Bring him up. Yeah. That's you played against. I might just give. Can we give a double whammy? We just could card pull the Lamont of the week as well, since they're in here. Just try and take out everyone, mate. Just
wait. I'm going straight out to the backyard. I've got a lemon tree out the back. I can pick as many as you want. Send fresh ones as well.
Unbelievable stuff. Anyway, Sauce, let's move on to some hobby talk. I don't know, where do we start? Where do you want to start? So much has happened.
Let's start with the Big Z. Let's start with the Big Z and obviously what's come out during the week.
Big Daddy Z.
Big Daddy Z.
All right, Zion.
Big unlimited print Z.
Yeah, freaking base Charizard Zion unlimited print. That's what it's become. PSA 10 pop over 18K for the Prizm base. And we found out Luca the Don also is a print run on the 10s through the moon, to the moon, sorry, exactly the same. Source, go.
First and foremost, if this doesn't tell you, right? If this doesn't tell you right here, if you are opening any Prizm boxes and you are getting Prizm rookies, here, I've got an Anthony Edwards here, right? From this year. Where is he, Big Ant-Man? I've got one in here. I must be in the top loader. That'd be right. Get them on eBay, sell them, get your money straight away. Because if the print run on that, on the unlimited print Big Zion from last year, boy, oh boy, I'd hate to imagine what the print run is on the base Prizm of LaMelo and Anthony Edwards and, the guys from this year. Because the demand of cards is even bigger. We also know that Panini has been shopping around. What that means, they're obviously printing more to inflate their price or how much their evaluation would be. So if there is potential buyout, all signs do not look good to base Prizm cards. If it ain't numbered, get that shit sold. Even silvers. Who knows? I reckon silvers are going to be through the roof. Yeah? So I would be proceeding with caution with 2021 Prizm. And maybe some other sets as well. Like, it's unbelievable. But that's just ridiculous. And Doma, people are forgetting that there's still 14, 15 mil cards in backlog.
100%.
So that number's, 18,700? By the time that's cleared, it's to 30K.
100%. Look at the Lucas, bro. They're going to go through the roof as well. Numbered cards is the way to go. Super short print cards and numbered cards. All right? That's the tip. That's the tip.
Yeah.
If you want to get the Luca base, by all means, because you love him and you want to put a part of your collection, I'm not saying don't go buy it. But what we're trying to say is don't sit up here and tell me this is the it in a bit card that everyone needs to have when over 18,000 people have it in a PSA 10. It's nothing.
Yeah.
If it's a variant of that card, if it's a green pulsar Prizm, all right, now we're talking. You know? Different variant of the card. I like that. All right, something different. Not everyone's going to have it, clearly, because X amount is made. Not over 18,500.
Yeah, Joel in the comments saying, have they also increased the numbered cards? I did notice a lot of collage, Lamello 1-of-1s. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. That is something I'll have to ask the encyclopedia of trading cards himself. Doma, note that one down. We've got our Connect who knows all about the checklist, so we will we'll definitely get that question through and report that back next week. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you just go have a look on how the amount of numbered that they've increased from just 2012 Prizm all the way through to last year, and then last year, even just last year's 1920 to 1819 was a big increase. So it wouldn't surprise me that they've increased the amount of numbered cards as well. All right. But that's just that. But in all honesty, you're still better off just to get the numbered. But there's also a fraction of that where, you know, would I rather have an on-card impeccable auto of a rookie from this year that's numbered to 25, numbered to 99, numbered to 49, something like that? Or would I rather have like a numbered to 99 Prizm, you know, red Prizm or whatever that number to 99 is of a guy this year that's more expensive? Give me the on-card auto every day of the week.
100%.
Stuff that Prizm shit. You know, and it's something that I've been really making a concerned effort to do. You know, Patrick Williams, I've spoken about him. He's a guy who I like. I went out there. I had a look at like some of his numbered Prizm, and I compared it to like an impeccable auto on card, numbered to 25. And the price that some of these numbered Prizm is going for, it's actually a joke. Like, it doesn't make sense when, you know, chuck in an extra $25, $30, and you're going to get yourself an on-card auto number to 25, which is what I did, Doma. Which is what I did. You know, I was seeing, you know, $150 for a numbered Prizm Patrick Williams card. And I've gone in for 175, bought a Patrick Williams number to 25 on-card impeccable auto. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, give me the auto that's numbered on-card every day of the week. And this is where it comes back to you as the collector, you having... doing your research and comparing these prices with these other products, because I'll tell you what, the impeccable card that I bought shits on every single Prizm card out there. Literally shits on it.
It's a nice card.
Looks way better. The design on it is beautiful. The photography on it is nice. So just do your research. We tell you, don't get sucked into the Prizm bias, the Prizm hype. Prizm's rubbish. It's overprinted to the hills. And that's fact. And that's what that big Z tells you.
We'll check that for you, Joel. Like, yeah, we'll go to the Encyclopedia of Basketball Cards and
that's what that big Z
at
PSA 10 at 18,700 hits the pop. The most PSA 10 ever in the history of sports cards. Oh, man, I hate to see what LaMelo's going to get to. I hate to see what LaMelo's going to...
But look, it might not even... It won't
get to that because it costs $200 to grade the card.
PSA shut before they even got the chance to do that.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
It won't get
There's
to
a few out there that have sent it on the $250 option. Yeah, you're not wrong, Adam. That's a great comment. Great comment. I was looking at sold comps of Raw Zion Silver Prizm second year going for 60 to 70. Seems crazy to me. Bloody oath, it seems crazy. Do you know what good cards you can get for $60 to $70? Chuck in maybe an extra $30 for $100. You could go get some good autos of a guy you like. Like stuff a second year Silver Prizm.
It's as good as selling LeBron James base hoops cards for $30.
Oh, don't get me started.
I had to do it.
Don't get me,
Don't
don't get
worry.
me started on
No,
that.
we're not going to get into that. Like we said it last week, I stirred you. I'll stir you again this week when we get to that point in time.
I had the
Don't
option to go back in there, funny enough, today and a few days ago. And you know what? I chose just not to walk back into
Yeah,
that.
well,
retailer.
you had bigger fish to fry today. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that a bit later if you want. But you had bigger fish to fry. You had some stuff. You're on a mission today, and you succeeded. Let's just, to say the least, you succeeded in a large way.
Victory!
Victory! Oh, okay. Let's get on to some NFT blockchain stuff for Panini.
There are some one-of-ones for sale. Bring those up, Drummer. Bring those up after this as well.
This
Yeah?
is the gold vinyl NFT blockchain packs. Here you go.
$750 a pop.
Releases
Oh,
today. Gold vinyl 101 sold on Dutch auctions, starting from $750, dropping incrementally until all 300 packs are gone. No official challenge officiated with the gold. So there's no challenge for the gold vinyl drop. All right. Because if you collect 10 cards, NFT cards, the challenge is you qualify to win a one-of-one Giannis Antetokounmpo Color Blast NFT blockchain card. So last time I checked, who did challenges source to get certain things? What platform did challenges?
Top Shop.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. Just wanted to clarify that. Thank you. So there's a whole bunch of packs out on the site. Here's what they look like. Ant-Man there, LaMelo, Giannis, Ja Morant, AD, and Stephen Curry. A bit of a preview here. Then we move over to here, Source. Bang!
There's some good ones up there this week. Absolute rippers.
Let's go. Luka the Don, 101, laundry tag. These are all sticker autos. Just putting it out there. Joe Burrow, logo star, Anthony Edwards, patch auto, dual rookie patch auto of Wiseman and LaMelo Ball, just a patch of Ja Morant, Joe Adele, star patch auto, Tyreek Hill, shield star auto, Jason Tatum, logo man, Devin Booker, laundry tag, 101, Zach Wilson, college conference patch auto. Take the RC off of it because it's not his RC because you're going to put his RC on his Jets card. So I don't know why we're putting his RC on his Cougars card and then we're putting his RC on his Jets card. Do you understand? Like, I know we've spoken about this before, but take that off there. It doesn't need to be on there. Andrew Vaughan, 101, patch auto, Tyrese Halliburton, RPA. This is a nice one. Ken Griffey, patch auto. Very nice. Obi Toppin, RPA. DeAndre Swift, patch auto. Peyton Manning, patch auto. And Chase Claypool.
Oh, that's a blinder. Click on that Peyton Manning. I want to see a close-up of it. You know how much I love Peyton Manning. Colts fan here.
You going to bring it up? Yeah.
I think it brings it up full screen. I don't bloody know. But I can see it. That's a ripper. Look at that. With the that's the Reebok, isn't it? The Reebok symbol?
Yeah.
That's a beauty.
That's nice.
Unfortunately, it's a sticker, which is probably the letdown.
They're all stickers and stuff. Easy. All right. Well, that's the update on those source in the blockchain. Now we jump over to here. Bang! Bit of select basketball. We've already started to see some of this getting ripped. We can have a look at some of these inserts and cards.
Scroll down a bit on it and just have a look at some of the cards. But just look, I'm just going to put the word of warning out there. Everyone knows, don't get sucked into buying the product when it's just first released. Just don't. Just don't. You're going to be wasting your money. You're going to be, you're literally going to be paying overs for cards that in 6 weeks from now are going to be selling for probably 80% of what they go.
I love these, bro.
They look good. Look,
they do.
Look, it's hard to tell.
Blues, reds.
It's hard to tell sort of what you do. How we look at select as a product this year. Obviously, we know it's in retail format as well. Previously, it was just first off the line and hobby. Look,
love
the cards look good.
I love the Enfuego cards. Enfuego.
The cards look good. I'm not going to lie.
Unstoppables are nice. Mellow. There you go. Some jersey autos. Now classified as patch autos. Everything's sticker in here.
Yeah, I know.
There's
That's
your boy,
probably one of the
Paddy.
downsides because
There he
they
is.
used to be
Your boy.
on cards. They used to be on cards in
Let's
select.
get rid of that. Cole Anthony. Sorry. Some nice card source, honestly. In flights are nice. I would have loved these cards, honestly.
Yeah,
to be
the
on
influence
card.
used to be on card. They used to be, and look, I feel like they're getting a bit of a
Look at
cop out. Panini, this thing, going all about,
Look how nice that card is.
a bit of a cop out, if you ask me. The price point on the product, is way more than what it was 2-3 years ago, right?
Look at that bad boy, Sean Kemp.
But they're putting sticker autos on there, and people are paying more money.
I know.
Where's the logic in that? I can understand if there's on cards in there,
Hey,
but
where's
the logic in it, it's not there with me. It's not there.
Where's the logic of the people that are actually going out there and paying that? That's their problem. Like I keep
Once
saying,
again, we
people
say
in the
it.
hobby to blame.
Yeah.
keep
You are
paying
the
it.
collector. You can make these choices.
You want to keep paying for it? Why are they going to stop doing it?
It's much easier for them to send out a whole bunch of sheets and get them to sign that than send them out the cards. Look, I don't mind a sticker order. I'll buy sticker orders. I've said this before. I'm not against sticker autos. I'm not. But in a product that used to have on-card autos, you could justify the price tag on it. But now I sort of can't justify it when they're whacking a sticker on there.
All right.
It's a great product.
Let's do a bit of a breakdown. 3 hits expected per hobby box. Hits can be autos or relics. In addition, every hobby box supplies 12 Prizm cards. The first off the line, so the photo box contains exclusive base Prizms and autos. These go on sale on the 22nd, blah, 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 blah. All right, featuring concourse, premier level, 10 per hobby box, and courtside, 2 per hobby box. 2021 makes use of the tiered base system. All Prizm parallels combined to average 1 per hobby pack. So here's the subset breakdown. First off the line boxes offer exclusive neon orange pulsars to 15, purple pulsars to 5, and black snake skins, which are 1-on-1 Prizms. On top of that, the tiger Prizms and the elephant Prizms, which you can see this LaMelo is the elephant, are exclusive to retail formats. So you can get the elephant in retail and you can get the tiger. It's pretty cool. We've got down here some inserts, artistic selections. We've got Unstoppable. That's a nice Unstoppable. I like that card. Zion and Fuego, as we saw before. Rookie autos. There's the info. Look how nice that card is, Source. It just shits me up the wall that it's a sticker dump.
Yeah.
So
and
3 autos. Yeah.
I'll bring that up, and Joel in the comments agrees about the opinion on Select. Select is so expensive, crazy to have no on card autos. With hobby boxes so expensive, I'm shocked it isn't hobby box on card and retail sticker auto. Joel, you want to know something? You speak too much sense, mate. You speak way too much sense for this company called Panini Sports Cards. You're speaking way too much sense for them, mate. I agree. I can't, you hit the nail on the head. You pay that much for a hobby box. You think, we deserve on-card autos. Yeah, retail, it's going to be a cheaper price point. Whack the stickers on there. I'm not saying don't put sticker autos in there. I'm for sticker autos. But to have the whole product, sticker autos, across hobby, retail, first off the line, all sticker, in a product that used to have on-card, just shits me. And the price is more expensive than it ever was before.
So have a look at the parallels for the base set.
Look how many. I've got it up here. Wait, let me.
Look how many.
Base parallels. Wait, read them out.
This goes for concourse, courtside, and Premier. These are all the same parallels. So if you go down here, here's Premier. Oh, some change, but look at this. Bang, bang. All right, I'll read out just the base concourse, some of them. All right. I got to get ready for this. See how quick I can get it. Parallel, green, white, purple. Teal, white, pink to 49. Lucky envelopes to 8. Black, white, gold, 101. Crack ice parallels, blue, white, purple, red, white, green. Flash parallels, red, white, orange. Blue, white, green to 49. Black, white, gold, 101. Shimmer parallels, red, white, orange. Blue, white, green to 49. Black, white, gold to 101. Prizm parallels, blue retail, elephant, scope, silver, tiger, tricolor, zebra, light blue to 299, red to 199, white to 149, neon, green to 79, tie-dye to 25, gold to 10, green to 5, black is a 101. Disco prisms, parallels, base, red to 49, blue to 25, gold to 10, green to 5, black 101. Pulsar prisms, first off the line parallels, neon orange to 15, neon purple to 5, black snakeskin, pulsar 101, and then the wave prism parallels, gold and red. Whoa. Jeepers. Wowza. Bit in that. Thanks for your support. Appreciate it, Card Punter. You can also, we'll support you. If you want to go see another video on Select, you can go head over and see. We're happy to cross promote. We don't care that people come promoting our comments. Hobby Love, baby. That's what it's all about. My only advice is don't give them misinformation. That's all I'm saying. You get found out very quickly. I will definitely. Oh, it is Chesh. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, sorry, Chesh. Actually, don't go watch him. He always gives out misinformation. Just kidding.
We only
We love you.
We know that.
And then a couple change in here. I'm not even going to go. That was clip that source. That was speed reading. All right. You can clip that and you can do freaking the select parallels in under 30 seconds. Bang. I just went.
I'll fast forward it so it even sounds faster.
Yeah.
Make you sound like a chipmunk.
Yeah, literally. Wow. Harsh. You know we love you, mate. You know you can give it back to us tenfold. You probably will. So we'll take it. Then you got the autos.
Probably will. 100% he will.
I know he will. I'm just trying to be nice so he doesn't go too hard. Autos to 99, tie-dyes. The Gordon in here is only to 20, whatever. In flights, you can obviously get parallels of them. Rookie jersey autos, rookie signature sets, select committee signatures. Now, oh shit, I'm not reading that comment out. Jesus. Anyway, Sauce, let's just keep going. I'm just going to ignore him now.
He's gone off in the comments.
Oh, mate. He's trying to get me off the train of thought. What we like to do, Sauce, we always try and find one of those sets where it's short print and it's minimal in cards, and we try and find something in that set that's really cool. Committee signatures could be that. We love the vets, like number to 10 and 101. There's only 10 cards. KG, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Karl Malone, AI, in here, John Stockton, Drexler, Jerry West, Dennis Rodman, Isaiah Thomas. So
I'll tell you what, not bad. That's point that one out. Selection committee signatures. Have a look at that section if you're into the vet sort of guys. That's a ripper. That is a ripper.
X Factor in here, Youth Explosion, 40 cards. Not a bad one, Sauce. Parallels to 10 and to 1. The cards are only in parallels. I like that. There's no base variant. It's pretty good. It's got all the guys you want. Ant-Man in there. Tyler Bay. Jordan and Nawara. Draft selection.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to get an X Factor memorabilia signature. There's out of the whole every single guy in there, they're probably the only guy you'd want to get. There's probably only 3 or 4 guys. There's Hakeem, a larger one you can get in there. You can also get a Anthony Davis. And then other than that, geez, everyone else is pretty slim pickings.
This would be a nice set too, Sauce. Artistic selections. in Fuego.
How does the Infuego go?
We at the top of the. We were talking about that. You said, don't forget the hobby base is different to retail base. Yeah, it's just watered down shit. That's what the difference is. For a product that was so elite when it was just hobby is now both. It's a pain in the ass. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of cards in here. Jump on Cardboard Connection. Have a look. If you see something you like Sauce and I, we saw that committee set within the set, so the subset.
But you're forgetting You're forgetting one thing, Al. It's still shit base.
Yeah.
Base is base.
Don't worry about
and
base.
If I'll tell you what, if what I'm seeing with the ridiculous overprinting of Big Zion, which we just spoke about, and his Prizm, I expect Select, now that it's retail, to have something, if not similar to that print run in terms of base cards. So I would be, unless you're looking to like quickly flip them, stay away. Base is not something you get on and you keep it for a long amount of time. Stay away. Stick to your numbered stuff. Stick to your variants. If you find a few variants that you like, and do not go near the base. I'll tell you what, as I said, speaking about that, I opened Prizm. I've got a few base rookies. Now that I'm saying that, I'm going, you know what? Tomorrow I'm running a sale on NBA Card Market, Australia, and getting those things out of my hands as quick as possible.
Definitely. We can talk about that in a sec, Joel. 2021 Skybox. Cherry, what's happening? We'll jump over to UFC Select quickly. Yep. Go through the preview, some of the cards. I actually don't mind how these cards look. Obviously, they look like Select cards, but the design actually fits really well with the UFC, with the fighters source. So let's go through, have a look. Obviously, action shots, knee to the head of that's Cyril Gane in there. Shevchenko, Brock Lesnar. Like these, that's a sick image. That's a sick image. How good's this one? Hot balls, you want this one, Sauce? Have a look at this image. Bang! That's a beauty. Throwing the big hammer. But you know what you do, Sauce? You buy that numbered. That's what you do. Keep going through. Chase Hooper and Ngannou. That's a nice Kamaru Silver. Very nice. That's a nice looking card, actually. Very nice. There's Connor. Connor in there. Diaz. Adesanya. Shevchenko. There you go. That's a nice. Look how good this looks. Bang. We just love the hot balls. He's just the best. Volkanovski. There's an Izzy Blue. Lesnar. Chandler. There you go. Look at this card, bro. Look at this. Look at this. That's a sick card. I might try and get some Brock Lesnar sauce.
Look, I'll tell you what, don't be buying them right now because the products just come out and they're actually sky high. Like looking at some Derek Lewis autos that are out in the market for Select UFC, it is actually a joke how expensive people are trying to flog these things off for. Once again, word of warning. Do not get sucked into buying products when it's just released. Just don't. Just don't.
That's nice. Forrest Griffin.
We'll repeat ourselves because we don't want people to feel like they got ripped off in 6 weeks from now, which is what will happen.
Baz Rutten, a legend of the sport. Nunez, Masvidal, Justin Gaethje, Holly Holm. Just going through, see some of the guys that they're pointing. Dan Severn, Mark Coleman. These are some legendary fighter source.
I know.
Legendary fighters. That's elite. Nice autos there. Rich Franklin. Tank Abbott. That's so sick. And these action autos. The octagons. They're nice. So in the variant. There's hot balls. Another one for Saucy. Now, if this is not a piece of Derek Lewis's underwear, then it shouldn't be in the card. There you go, Connor. That's a good look at it. Very good look at it. Now, we'll quickly run through this. All right, Panini Select UFC gives fans martial arts. Each box, 2 autos, 1 relic, and 12 Prizm parallels. Second release since Panini was granted exclusive license for the UFC. Sticking with 3-tiered base, Select offers Concourse, Premier, and Octagon side subsets. So silvers, tie-dyes, and golds. Zebras in there. H2 hybrid boxes have disco-based parallels. Global icons cards, grapplers, silver prism, black prism, gold prisms, autos. That's nice. Look at that Brock Lesnar auto source. That's sick. Masvidal. There you go. 2 autos, 1 relic, 12 prisms, 6 cards per pack, 4 packs per box, 20 boxes per case. Tell you what, Sauce.
How many cards do you get in the whole box?
Whoop. 6 cards per pack, 4 packs per box, and 24 cards.
For $1,200.
Yeah, it's cheap. That's
Right.
cheap.
Right. Just putting the perspective out there, ladies and gentlemen. Just putting the perspective out there. Buy that for $1,200. Rip it. Very, very good chance you don't even get the guy that you want, and probably don't even get 30% of your
There's
investment.
a hell of a lot
back
less
on the box.
parallels too. Not as many parallels as basketball. I could read these ones off in under 10 seconds, Sauce, if I really wanted to. Octagon side. Let's have a look, because I like going through this and seeing those legends. St. Pierre in here. There's Sean O'Malley. Action signatures. Tony Ferguson in there. Poirier. Shevchenko's in there. Robbie Lawler. Rookies. Who's the rookies? Rookie signature sets. Gilbert Burns is a rookie. It's not a bad one, Sauce. Cyril Gane. Michael Chandler. Brandon Moreno. Signature set. Colby Covington. Rashad Evans in here. Don Fry. Yep, there you go, Joel. Jose Aldo. Chuck Liddell. Misha Tate. Davison Figueroa. Forrest Griffin. Brock Lesnar. Mark Coleman. Baz Rutten. Royce Gracie is in the set, Sauce. One of the goats of the sport. And Ngannou.
They've done a good effort to go back and get some of the legends of the sport.
They have.
Which is good to see.
Habib, Miocic, select swatches.
Maybe people out there who are just diving into their UFC cards and seeing some of these names, they go do a bit of research, a bit of Googling, and see who they are and what they achieved.
I'm with Joel though. Where is it? Right here. You got to get these in there. You got to get
Cherry.
In. Oh, Cherry. Sorry. Completely agree. Got to get that in. You need them in there. Legends of the sport. Forrest Auto. Says Joel. That's who we're looking for. Love it. Tyron Woodley. Dillashaw. There's McGregor. There you go. Done and dusted. Another 2 checklists sorted Sauce on 2 more products. But we're not done yet. HGA released their updated pricing Sauce. If you saw this during the week, if anyone else hasn't seen it, I will get it up on the screen in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, and if anyone has any realms of what's going on down at HCA, don't worry. Just go follow their Facebook page, because you can get updates straight from the man himself, Mr. Tyler Hit Cole. They don't hide anything, HCA. This is why we like talking about them, is because they give us information to talk about. Not like the other grading companies. They sort of just don't give a fuck. They just do what they want. They don't really tell you too much. I mean, PSA has gotten better, a lot better at that. So credit where credit is due with them. But you know, some of the other ones, there's just not really much that they put out there, especially on their socials, which is where majority of people would be following them. So I feel like their social media managers at some of the other companies, grading companies, are just pathetic, or they don't have one. So yeah, it's
Cherry's just Chronicles coming out, and I'll tell you what, the last one is going to be mint. UFC Immaculate.
We knew that they seen the demand there for the UFC, so we knew there was going to be more print, more variants compared to tops. They seem like they've upped the amount of sets that they're going to do. So compared to what tops was doing,
there's your updated source.
Yeah.
Price list, best value, 1 to 20 cards, 21 to 50, 51 to 100 cards. So on the 60-day, it's $20, $20, $20. On the 30-day, it's $35, $35, $35. For the very fast, which is 10 days, it's $50, $48, and $45, 51 to 100 cards. And then the 2 days, 75, 73, 70. And then there you go. Customs are back to $10 dues. Source.
Yeah, and the reason for that was Tyler came out and said in his most recent video was because they seen a massive drop off in how many people were getting customers once custom labels once they raised the price to 20. I think it dropped by 50%, and he felt bad because he wants to give everyone the opportunity to have a chance at getting custom labels because he feels like that's one of the unique things about HGA. So credit to him. Made a few price adjustments on some of the service levels and then was able to bring that option back down to $10. So, it's not too often that companies are going back in pricing, Dom. Usually they're going up, 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 and away. They don't really come back. So, it's good signs for HGA that, they were sort of disappointed that they couldn't offer that to the amount of people that they want to. So making it readily available to the collector at $10, which is good.
And of course, this morning source, this dropped. TCG slab.
Doma, I've got about 35 Charizards to grade, and I'll tell you what, I'm sending every single one to HGA. They're gonna have some ripper labels.
Source. I'm just gonna. All right. This is a transparency. This is turning to lecture about transparency 101 source. All right. First and foremost, people that are still shitting on HGA, that's fine. All right. You can keep shitting on them. You've done it for so long, that's fine. Does not bother me. Another thing to keep in mind when you shit on a company is because they're so prevalent and so active on social media, giving updates and addressing issues that they've made in terms of mislabeling and all this stuff. They've been 100% transparent. They're telling you everything. They've given you walkthroughs through their freaking factory. People bag the video and they do this, but it's because they're so in your face and they're being so open with us that you can literally pick out things and keep ragging on them. But you know what? They're trying. That's number one. Out of that, like Saul said, other companies aren't doing it. So what's your point? I'll give them credit where credit's due. Number two, all right, on the Transparency 101. Sorry, I'll just bring this back up. Have a look at this, all right? Same price as sports, someone asks. Yep. Yes. That's a reply from HGA. Yu-Gi-Oh! Not yet. They'll be ready in 6 to 8 weeks when we move to the inner sleeve. They move too much in our current cases. Let's go. There should be something else here. There's always questions in here. Can we submit Dragon Ball Z? Will Dragon Ball Super be allowed also? I haven't got back to that one yet. Same price as sport. That's all the Marvel cards. There's another one here. Yes, HGA. So they try to get back to all the people and answer their questions as well.
And promptly.
They're
Which
not
is good.
deflecting, not doing any of that shit. So I'll give them credit where credit's due. Now, the other thing that was very interesting, another shout out to our friends at LTB Source. On today's episode, if you haven't listened to it, go and listen to it. Cage and Andrew were pleasantly surprised at how many HGA slabs they saw at the show, at the National. They were pleasantly surprised. They said if it wasn't PSA, it wasn't BGS, it was HGA. Obviously SGC and stuff as well, but they were pleasantly surprised on how many HGA slab cards they saw. So I'll just put that one out there as well. Anyway.
We will let them know if anyone collects NRL cards. There was the Elite checklist, which was released today and can be found on ozcardtrader.com.au. So if you are an NRL rugby league collector, that is where you find your checklist. Thank you very much for that update, Adam. And, go have a look at that, NRL collectors.
Now, I'm going to, I don't know if Cherry's still in here, but I'm going to go on Cherry's Instagram because they did a really, really good job, obviously, on the preview on their post, breaking down that 2021 Skybox re-release. Whoop, that's the real. I don't want the real. I want this bad boy. All right. Now, Joel asked this in the chat, and I said I'd get to it for you, Joel, and we will get to it. So our thoughts on the 2021 Skybox source.
Yeah, look, people are excited. People are excited. It's going to be good. It's bringing back some flashback sort of stuff. Obviously, there's not going to be any licensing on it or like jerseys or whatever. It's all just going to be plain Jane. I
don't like that.
They don't have the licensing. But,
like that.
It's something that they're going to give back to collectors that like that era of cards. Personally, I'm not a fan of some of these images that I'm seeing. Not really at all.
That's a whatever.
I'm not really a fan of them. Like with the images I'm seeing right now.
And I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan at all. Here's a nice look at what some of the PMGs look like. And look what they're putting in this release. I know they had the rights back then. Yeah, they had the license for that. But have a look at some of these action shots. Like that Jordan, the Kobe as well. They are mint. This is a comp. This is thanks to Cherry. You're telling me you're going to take that jambalaya over those two jambalayas? No. The only one I consider is probably this one, potentially. Potentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
I'll agree with you on that point.
That's it.
The Tiger Woods. Yeah.
So my thoughts, it's good to bring back a bit of nostalgia, but I'm going to hammer it. So simple as that. I'm not a fan.
I'll be interested to see what else they put in the set.
Oh, so will I. I'm going to be looking very keenly at this checklist when it does drop. All right, Sauce. Last thing in hobby talk. Content creator.
Adam says that Jordan PMG is clearly Donruss Luca rated rookie money grabbing.
Yeah,
look, mate. And we ain't here to blow smoke up people's asses and say, "Oh, it's unbelievable." Look, it's good that they're giving something. And it was funny the way that some people reported that when it was on the main stage at the National, like it was like amazing. I respect the cards from that era, and they look great. They look great. And, I've spoke about on this show how much I love Skybox and some of the inserts from that era. They're like some of my favorite cards, especially some Kobe ones that I own. But I'm not going to sit here and just, it's Skybox, it's a re-release and go, this is amazing. Like, I actually don't like the look of them. And the fact that they don't have uniforms will piss me off. Will piss me off a lot. So I'd rather just not buy them. Yeah, look, mate. There you go. Skybox.
Look at that card, bro.
Oh, look, if they did one with like that, they could do a re-release of that, Doma, But
can
it would
hide
just
there.
it would just have to hide the jerseys.
Look at that card. Pros, that's elite.
Tell us
Honestly,
what's the card you're showing? What's the card you're
it's
showing,
a
Tomo?
91 Skybox. Michael versus Magic, NBA Finals.
It's a ripper.
This is probably my favorite card, I reckon, in my collection. Genuinely my favorite card. Two of my favorite players. Love it. But to finish off Sauce Hobby Talk, the National, done and dusted. Everyone that was there, mentally, physically, emotionally draining. But the overall was the health of the hobbies going strong. The connections that were forged were unbelievable. I tune in to content, card ladder, LTB,
Had a
pool
good
wax.
video.
Man, I was watching pool wax like crazy. Pool wax, Sasha T. Who else was I watching? Card Talk Pod. It's the thing is, Source. There was so many content creators. Like trying to keep up is insane. Prestige Pools. Who else?
It was good. Felt like we were at the National and not at the National. You know what I mean?
100%.
But, one of the things that I loved hearing, and I heard it from a number of people and people that have been to the National year after year after year after year for many years, was the average age of the people walking around was a shitload younger than what it has been in any of the previous years, even just as short as 2 years ago. And to hear that, it's so refreshing. It's so, it's good for the hobby going forward. It means that there's new collectors coming in. It means that there's been collectors that have been, have rekindled their collecting past, that they may have gotten back into cards over the last 1 or 2 years. And it's just good in general because we're going to have a future, yeah? And that's what we need in this hobby. We need new collectors to keep it going. And yeah, it was just good to hear that.
Props to some of the kids out there, Source, that are half our age, and they are just straight G's in this hobby. Honestly, man, like they are so smart. They live and breathe trading cards. They're so savvy. They're like you said, the future of the hobby. These kids. One last shout out, honestly, and to all the content creators out there that had stores and just people that didn't have stores that were just there. Just honestly, the giving that was done there in terms of giving out cards and packs and slabs and was just so good, so nice to see. Honestly, we're spewing that we weren't there because we have not everyone may be connected in circles over there. Not everyone, but they are in one way or another by someone that they know. But we've dipped into that many pockets in the US market with so many different collectors. Like it would have just been so good to be there to meet them all, honestly. But I'm going to give a shout out to someone in particular, Source. Like I said, I watched all the pool wax vids, and then I listened to LTB. Cage got him on the podcast while I was in the airport. But the Bagel Master, Source from Bagels and Wax, straight out baller, straight out. He's just coming in, grabbing Mikey. I got a deal for you here. Grabbing Prestige Pools. I got a deal here. He's just wheeling and dealing. He's bringing in bagels to feed everyone. Love him. Like honestly, like I've never met him in person. But from
Just
what
like
I've
the way
seen,
he rolls, Tomo, do you? You just like the way he rolls.
I love the way he rolls, mate. He might be on there on that list of people that I love the cut of their jib. You know that list I make in Premier League season? He is up there. Genuinely. Nice guy, gives back. He's a family man and just doing great things in the hobby. And I wish him all the best and every other content creator all the best. And they did fantastic work there at the National. So well done to all of you. And now we look forward to Atlantic City, which hopefully Sauce and I can get to next year. That's a thumbs up. Very nice.
We're fighting an uphill battle, Tomo. But
yeah, we are. But we'll get there. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Sauce, let's end the show with a saucy smokey.
Yeah, saucy smoky to go out. I'm just going to keep it quick because we've got to round this up because we do have another podcast to do after this, which will come out Saturday, the Crunch Time podcast. But what it is I delved into looking into signed jerseys of guys, NBA jerseys, and I really think there are some opportunities out there that I just feel like these jerseys aren't being given enough love. Whack that signature on a card, it could be $1,000 card. Whack it on a jersey, it's a $200 jersey or $300, right? And it's still the same signature. I understand it's not a little card, but it's still a collector's piece. No one's telling you to frame it, hang it up. I'm saying, grab it, fold it, put it away, keep it in your collection, put it away in a safe spot. One that I bought, I'm just saying go do your research on guys that you want to buy. One that I bought was today was Ron Artest signed jersey, number 37 for the Lakers, and that was when he was Ron Artest in the Lakers 08, 09, and 09-10 back-to-back championship run, and he was massive in that championship run. That's the reason why I bought the signed jersey. But I will say this, please, guys, please do your research. There are a lot of fake ones out there. There are also a lot of, depending on how picky you are on the jersey, there are a lot of signatures that get put on, like, for instance, fake jerseys or, fake jerseys, or just like, average quality ones, cheap jerseys that might only be $20, $30 jersey. There are ones out there that get put on authentic jerseys. There are ones that get put on like the swingman jerseys. So if anyone's not familiar with jerseys, there's all different sort of levels and quality of jersey. So just do your research on that and what you're buying. Also make sure that you're buying it from someone that is credible.
Joel, he's on fire tonight. They
might as well sign him. They're signing everyone else. They're signing. Don't worry, he's got two chips. He's not worried. Artest. So look, do your research. If you got any issues or any queries about whether this jersey might be real, you found it on eBay, found it something, DM us. Shoot us a DM. I will put the feelers out there. There was someone who I spoke to who's had a lot more experience at buying signed autographed jerseys than me. And, I got opinions before I pulled the trigger on this Artest one. And it's something that you should do if you're unsure. So once again, reach out to people in the hobby, us, if it may be someone else that you've seen buys signed jerseys and might have a bit more experience in it. If this is your first time going into that market. And, ask questions. Don't be just quick to pull the trigger. And once again, I'll just bring it back to, if something seems too true, what's the saying, Dominic? Something seems too good to be true. It probably is. And I've seen some Michael Jordan signed jerseys today. I'm like, Michael Jordan signed jerseys shouldn't be that cheap. I feel this is probably dodgy. And he's got good eBay feedback score, this and that. It doesn't stand for shit, right? Everyone's out there to try to rip someone else and make $1. And rip you off and not give you what you paid for. Unfortunately, there are those people out there. So that's why it just comes back to like doing your due diligence, doing your research, and just making sure that what you're buying is what you're getting. And ask us if you're unsure. So that's the play. Signed jerseys, I feel that they are undervalued. As I said, whack that signature on a card and people will pay 5 times the amount.
I like it. Well done. Saucy Smoky. All right. Thank you, everyone that joined in, commented, came in to say hello. Appreciate your love and support. We'll keep doing it. But for now, it's been Dom with the Great Man Sauce. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. Double coverage and peace.
Peace out. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.